Alright, yo, what's going on, everybody? It is Around the Room, back with another video. I'm Dave, and I'm here with my dad,
George.
Okay, so last video, we did Steve Lacy, which was a pretty cool episode for us. It did really, really well. So because of that, got you another poster. This time you know what it is.
Woohoo.
So you can go ahead and open that. I don't think you know what the poster looks like.
I do not.
So, but you know that's a poster this time. Last time you didn't know it was a poster.
I didn't know. And they child-proofed it again.
So this is of the album Gemini Rights. So this had the songs Give You the World and Bad Habit with it. And so those were probably your two favorite songs. I know Inside was another one of your favorite songs, but it's not on this album. So this is Give You the World, which is pretty cool. I actually like this album cover a lot. It's just of Steve Lacy's face. And so we're going to put this up in my room.
Okay.
And and as you can tell, it wasn't there in the last video, but now we have our Daniel Caesar album cover, which is pretty cool. So we're going to start putting it along that wall, and then hopefully we'll have a bunch of album covers up in this room. That's the plan. So today we're showing you something completely different from the last two. The last two, it was more R&B styled. This is a band this time. Okay. Because last time we were doing just singular artists. The last two times we've been just doing singular artists. So this time's a band. Their name is Vacations.
Never heard of them.
So they're an indie rock band from Newcastle, New South Wales.
Okay.
Do you know where that's located at?
That way? I don't know.
It's located in Australia. Okay. So they're an Australian group. It was formed by their lead singer Campbell Burns in 2015. So they've been around a while now, since 2015, for 8 years now. Okay. The first EP was back in 2015 called Days, and then they released the second EP the year after that, Vibes, which went pretty viral on TikTok for that EP. And their first studio album was all the way in 2018, which we have 2 songs off of that, Changes. And then their second studio album, which was in 2020, Forever in Bloom. So we haven't seen a lot of them in the past 3 years, but apparently they're going to be coming out with new music pretty soon. Okay. So pretty excited for that.
So indie rock. That's
indie rock. So I don't know.
It always strikes me as weird when I hear kind of indie rock.
Yeah. So do you know any bands, or like are you familiar with indie rock at all?
No. Like, no. I mean, I've heard some indie rock music, and it's just usually not my kind of thing. And just by looking at their album artwork there, looks like it's 4 members in the band. So
yeah, as far as I know,
bass, guitar,
it is 4 members.
Drums.
Yeah, so it's definitely more guitar driven. Okay. Kind of like Steve Lacy, but obviously this is way different, as this is indie pop and or like indie rock. So the first song that we're going to be checking out is called Young. So this is off of their second EP, Vibes. And this song was huge on TikTok. Absolutely huge on TikTok. It really propelled them into like being like a known group with like the teenage audience and just kind of like the mainstream audience. Okay. So this song is kind of about, being, young, days become routine and pass up quicker than we hope. And sometimes we forget to stop and live along the way. Possible heartbreak overall, just the sad parts about life. This is pretty much what this song is about. Okay. It has 355 million streams on Spotify. So this song is, again, huge. They have 8 million monthly listeners on Spotify, which I didn't say. So yeah, you ready to get into it?
Yeah, let's dig into it. Let me hear this stuff.
Yeah, for sure. It's definitely different for you. So
yeah, indie rock is really different. But we'll see what they got. Curious to hear what it's about.
For sure. Interesting chords that they're using.
So So definitely what I was expecting out of indie, that indie sound.
Yeah.
Even vocally, that it's got that kind of sound.
Yeah. Very like echoey type of.
Not crazy about the guitar.
They're interesting because they're different chords. They're different style of chords. I actually really enjoy their voice a lot. I really like their voice. So that was the song Young. So I don't even think you really have to say anything. I think your reaction said a lot.
Yeah.
And okay.
Okay. Well, the reason I'm laughing, because it's a little bit funny to me. So it's very basic. I think any beginning guitar player could play those chords.
Yeah.
And I can tell you now, without even touching the keyboard, it's either A, B, C, or G, A, B on your chords.
Okay.
And that's it. There's like nothing else to that song. And it reminds me of, oh gosh, I don't know if you remember the movie, There's Something About Mary. If you guys don't know that movie, it's an older movie, so you young guys probably won't look it, but look it up. And we may have to do one of these video cuts where you edit in a portion of that. So it's the guy sitting in a tree singing about Mary, and that's what that music. That's why I was laughing, because I was picturing that guy.
That's so funny.
In the tree singing about Mary. So look it up. It's the same thing.
Stop pining. There's other girls to look at. They've tried to set him up with Tiffany and Indigo, but there's something about Mary.
That's so funny.
But, so I'm curious now. Let's go back to some of those chords, and I just want to see. I just want to see what it is, because
okay, I'll go to.
I want to see it just by listening to it. If I'm pretty close. So there's the A. There's D. G, A minor, B, and D. And that's the song.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, pretty basic. Like, I don't know. I just wasn't crazy about the guitar effect on there. Just, it was almost like just so depressing. Like, you know, you get home from work or school and like your pet goldfish is dead, right? You realize like, oh shoot, I haven't fed him in a week and he's just floating there. That's kind of how I felt. I'm sorry about that reference.
So
it's just depressing.
I actually kind of agree with you. So,
but exactly what when you said indie rock, that's what I expected.
Right.
Kind of just like that weird, different, almost cheesy, just because those chords are so basic, right? Just, and that's it.
Yeah.
And just by listening to it, I already knew what those chords kind of were. I was pretty close. So
yeah, this is definitely not one of my favorite songs. Some of my favorites are later on into the songs playlist. But That's Young. It's their most popular song.
That's hard to believe, but
their most popular song.
But I get the TikTok kind of thing.
Yeah, it just worked on TikTok for the time, and then it just skyrocketed.
I would never put that on my playlist and listen to that. So.
And that's okay though. That's okay, because the point of this is not for you to like every song. It's for you to listen to a new song. So that's the point of this. So I definitely know when showing you new music, some of this stuff, like this song isn't my favorite. I actually don't have this on my playlist because it's just not one of my favorite songs. But it's a song that is highly requested of just people and is a big song. So it's definitely a song that I needed to show you from this band.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah.
So the next song is Telephones.
All right.
This is their second most listened to song. 166 million streams on Spotify. It's off of their first album, Changes. And the song is based on phone addiction. This group is very like...
Is it a Samsung?
No.
Okay.
No, maybe it could be. They're from Australia, so it might be.
Hey, mate.
Yeah. So I definitely with this band, they're definitely more like cultural type. Like they're more towards the youth. Like I don't really know how to put it, but they're definitely more towards like the Gen Z. Millennials, right? Is that the next one? So they're definitely more towards care to that.
Oh, that was kind of cool. Some nice little strings in the background. So I'm liking this vibe a little bit better already. So. Okay, but that voice, I don't know.
To me, it's very relaxing.
It's almost just depressing. It's just so monotone and...
It is a little bit monotone, yeah.
There's just no flavor to it. It's just... Interesting chords. I like that chord progression there. Kind of walks down a little bit.
His vocals kind of changed there a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, they definitely took that effect off of his voice, which I actually like a little bit better.
Yeah, me too.
So that was the song Telephones. What do you think about that one?
A little bit better.
Yeah, we're going somewhere, I think.
It's kind of evolving a little bit based off that first song. But again, still just vocally, it's just kind of right here in this box. Doesn't really go anywhere from there. And of course, the effects that they're using, I guess it's that indie vibe, that kind of sound.
Yeah.
But even the guitar, like there's effects on there that I'm not really crazy about. I almost wish it was just more of a cleaner type acoustic sound, maybe. But yeah, I'm a little bit better. It was just okay for me. Nothing too exciting.
Yeah, I think with me, when I first started listening to this band, because someone told me, hey, like you should check out these artists, they're really cool, and I was like, all right, I'll give them a try. And at first it was a little bit hard for me to like kind of get into, because I kind of thought the same thing. I was like, man, like I don't really know about the guitar and just like the monotone voice. But as I started listening to more of them, and I started listening to more of like that kind of genre of music, I really just kind of started to really get into it. And I actually like it a lot now, just because it's so kind of makes me feel mellowed out.
For sure, yeah. And it does. It's just got that mellow sound, and it's just very, just kind of here. There's nothing really exciting going on. And it's very predictable. Although some of those chord changes were kind of nice. I kind of like that at the beginning and at the end. But I mean, overall, just okay.
Just okay for that one.
Yeah. Again, it wouldn't be something I would add to my playlist unless I just wanted to fall asleep.
Yeah, I think with Young, because I try to show these songs to you in chronological order, and so with the song Young, I think it just kind of threw you off a little bit. So I think with this song, it kind of brought you a little bit back to center.
I'm going on 3 hours sleep here, so that one almost knocked me out.
Telephones, yeah. So
maybe
this song,
I'll listen to that tonight.
Yeah, maybe to get you some sleep.
Yeah.
The next song is called Honey. This song talks about acknowledging the past mistakes and moving forward, becoming a better person in time, and he talks about finding his way in time, knowing it's not too late to be better.
So it's the honey reference. What does that come from?
I actually don't know. I don't know. I don't even know if he says the word honey in the song.
Let's find out.
But maybe it's addressing some type of a girl. He never directly addresses a girl in every song, but he kind of
smart choice.
He kind of talks about somebody in his life, and so just having a reference to that. This song has 17 million streams on Spotify, so definitely not as big as Young, definitely not as big as Telephones. So this one's a little bit more low key, which I think is better in my opinion, because not too many people.
And it's a short song, 2 minutes and 20 seconds.
2 minutes 20 seconds. So this is Honey.
Let's check it out. Not expecting this beat. It's kind of nice.
Yeah, that's completely different.
Was not expecting that. Nice tenor saxophone there in the background. Nice tone. That was a nice little surprise. Went into a jazz kind of feel there at the end. Interesting.
This song, Honey, is my favorite song from Vacations.
Okay.
This is for sure kind of beats everything else in their discography for me. Of course, there's definitely a lot of songs, but this one is just my favorite, just because of that saxophone mixing that jazz element at the end.
Didn't expect that.
And just the tempo.
Yeah,
a lot of their stuff is a little bit more slowed down. So when I get stuff like this from them, I'm like, yes, I get so happy every single time I hear this song and music like this from them.
Yeah, that was a surprise. Like you said, the tempo was uplifting and kind of, had a nice groove and beat to it. Still struggling with that guitar kind of tone and
really,
and and
this one I thought was really, really cool. And
I mean, it's cool, yeah, but it still has that same kind of effect on the guitar. So I'd prefer just like a cleaner sounding guitar.
I think it's.
It tends to get a little bit kind of annoying if you kind of focus on it and you just kind of hear that effect on it. But it was a cool song. I like it. Like the jazz groove in there.
Yeah, for sure. I definitely like that. But with that guitar, there's definitely and more of the indie section. A lot of it sounds like that. So if I show you more indie artists eventually in the future, that's definitely just something that you're gonna kind of need to get used to.
Yeah, and again, that's what I was expecting out of when you said an indie group. So
yeah, and maybe it's something that you kind of need to hear a little bit more, and it kind of gets through, and you're like, okay, yeah, I kind of like that. I kind of dig that in the context of what this is, and with indie rock or indie pop, however you want to put it. So that's Honey. Okay. Really, really cool song.
Which they never did say honey in the
Yeah, they didn't. So I'm not really sure why it's called that.
That'd be interesting to know what the background on that title is.
Yeah, because that's the thing. It was a little bit harder to find the meanings of the song just because they're not as big as like a Daniel Caesar or like a Steve Lacy. So it was a little bit harder to find, the meanings of lyrics and stuff like that. So the next song is called On Your Own. This is about growing up and facing life on your own. Again, more catered towards like the teenagers and like the youth of the audience. So this is it's just a single by itself, released in 2019. This has 6 million streams on Spotify. And so this is called On Your Own. I like that part. Yeah, I think that part's real cool. The build up. You can just feel it. So that was On Your Own.
Kind of cool. Like the keys that are in there. Nothing crazy exciting, but it was a nice little touch added to it.
Yeah, no, I think it kind of it's a little bit similar to Honey. It's just kind of a cool song that just kind of gets you going. Unlike Telephones, where it's just kind of something to kind of go to bed to. This is to kind of like like get you excited. Yeah. I would really like to hear this song in concert. Actually, I feel like this song would be played really well live. Just because of the elements that it has in the song, it just kind of sounds like a live performance type of song.
Yeah, no, it was okay. It was good. I like it.
Yeah, just kind of
just okay for me. Nothing like exciting. Nothing that's blowing me away. Again, it's just very simplistic music to me. But I mean, it doesn't always have to be complicated music or a lot of chord changes or anything too exciting that way. But
I think that's just where your kind of musician mind immediately goes to, is just like the complexity of it. And it's you kind of want to hear something that you've never, that like, whoa, like what is that?
I want to be blown away or kind of shocked, or not shocked, but just like excited about what I'm listening to. And it's just, for me, it's just okay.
Yeah, for sure.
But not bad. I mean, better. I guess with indie kind of stuff is better than I've heard from other artists.
Okay, see, that's good. Okay, I was getting a little bit scared because actually, Vacations on YouTube, they don't have a lot of like videos of like reactions, like people reacting to them. I'm like, man, I'm gonna kind of feel bad if ours is the only reaction up there, and we're just kind of hating on this group.
No, definitely not hating on them. I've heard some indie artists where, their whole niche is they just want to be weird, so they stand out, and it's weird, and it just doesn't make sense. And they're goofy and they look stupid, and that's how they get attention, right? It's like kind of like the Kardashian thing that, the dumber stuff they do, the more popular they get.
Yeah, for sure.
Love you, Kim Kardashian. But that's the whole thing. To me, that's just so gimmicky, it's just, you're really not like that.
Yeah.
So I got to have music that has meaning and thought to it. But that was actually enjoyable. I kind of liked it.
All right, there we go. And especially with their lyrics, their lyrics are like, it's not like a box of their lyrics just kind of like saying stuff or whatever. Mm-hmm. They have a lot of meaning to their songs and the stuff going on in them and stuff like that. So this is our last song.
Okay.
Lavender. It's off of their second album, Forever in Bloom. It's about living with life and learning to enjoy it, learning to enjoy the life that you have. This has 5 million streams on Spotify.
Let's hear it. Like that.
Oh, there's that little effect in the back there. They have some cool bridges in their songs too. Yeah.
Interesting.
So that one is Lavender.
I liked it.
What do you think about that one? You liked it?
I liked it. Had some nice elements of. They kind of mixed it up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
The guitar actually, I liked it a lot better on this one as far as the stuff he was doing, how he was playing. I think the drummer actually is really good. He's not doing anything fancy, but he's just like in that pocket and just keeps that beat going. He stands out to me actually.
Okay.
Guitar player is okay. Like he's not doing anything fancy either, but
I think the guitar player might be the singer.
I'm guessing that he would be.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a good song. I like that song. Never heard the word lavender in throughout the lyrics.
Oh yes, yeah, that's another one.
It's another one that's just, it's kind of interesting how they come up with the names of these songs. But,
yeah.
But yeah, I think actually that was probably my favorite of all of them.
Really?
Yeah, I kind of like that one.
That's kind of interesting. I was gonna say for me before I decided I was gonna do Vacations as an episode for us. I haven't listened to the song before then. So when I was looking through their discography, because that's what I do when going to make an episode, is I look through all their songs trying to pick the best 5 songs for the episode, and so I came across this one, Lavender. I was like, this is going in. So it's kind of funny that you say that, because this was just kind of like a late entry.
Oh, was it?
Into it, because
yeah,
so.
I think musically it was a little more in depth. Had more going on. I think the chords were really nice. And even that solo, even though he wasn't doing anything really tricky or fancy,
cool.
It just had a nice effect to it. And it just kind of kept you going, right? The ending was, I maybe wish they had a different ending to it. It just kind of left you hanging a little bit, in my opinion. But overall, I think that was probably my favorite song out of the 5 we've heard.
Nice.
So I like that one. Yeah, it was kind of cool.
So out of the 5 songs that we listened to, how many are going to make it into your playlist?
Probably that one.
Probably that one.
And only that one. Yeah.
Not Honey. Honey's my favorite song. That one's really, really good in my opinion.
I just like it's already left me. Like I can't even remember what that sounded like.
The one with the saxophone.
They had the sax. Yeah, that was kind of cool. I'm not sure I would add it to my playlist, but that it was okay. So it'd probably be Lavender, Honey. On Your Way was okay, and then the other 2 were just sleepers.
Yeah.
For me, Young was just depressing. Like I still need to go to therapy over that one.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Man, that's crazy.
The old goldfish just floating.
So that was the episode on Vacation. So we have now listened to 3 artists that you have never heard, which is pretty awesome.
I've never heard, yeah.
So what I'm gonna let you do is I'm gonna let you have a choice. Since we've listened to 3 artists, for our next episode, our 4th episode, you can either choose one of these 3 artists that we've listened to, or we go to a new artist and we can continue on. So we've listened to Daniel Caesar. You really liked his stuff. We listened to Steve Lacy. You liked some of his stuff, and then of course, with Vacations. If you would like, we can definitely go revisit one of those artists.
Okay.
But if you're like, let's move on to something else, we can definitely do that as well. I would choose.
I say we go with somebody else. Let's find another artist to listen to.
Okay.
And then we'll go from there.
For sure. All right, well there it is. So I'm probably gonna put in this episode of the next artist I'm choosing. So when you watch the episode, you'll see who you're listening to next. So, all right. So after careful consideration of who the next artist will be, I have decided to go with Snow Allegra, super talented artist, and I can't wait for her to be on the next episode. Yeah, guys, that has been the video for today. Hopefully y'all guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. And anything else you want to say?
No, let's look forward to next episode.
All right, guys. All right, see y'all next time.